All right, everyone, this is going to be deep. We're about to embark on a journey into the spiritual world of twin flames, one of the most mysterious and powerful connections you could ever experience. Now, if you're here, it's because you probably heard of twin flames, or maybe you felt that undeniable pull towards someone, even though you haven't met them yet. And let me tell you, if you're feeling that, you're already on the right path. But here's the thing, this journey isn't just about sitting around waiting for someone to show up in a romantic movie style. No, this is about alignment, synchronicity, and knowing the signs that your twin flame is already on their way to you. So, how do you know when your twin flame is actually finding you? How do you recognize those signs from the universe that this connection is actively working its way into your life? I'm going to tell you, but let me warn you, these signs are subtle, sometimes hidden within your everyday life, but when you see them for what they are, they're impossible to ignore. And trust me, the universe wants you to see them. It's all about tuning in and becoming aware of the language the universe speaks. Let's break it down, step by step, so you can recognize these signs as they unfold in your life. The first sign is something you might not even expect. It's not about someone else, it's about you. One of the clearest signs that your twin flame is finding you is that you begin to experience a deep, almost overwhelming urge to work on yourself. This isn't just your usual self-improvement kick, though. It's like something inside you is pushing you toward growth, healing, and transformation. Suddenly you feel the need to face old wounds, to let go of past relationships, or to break through limiting beliefs that have been holding you back. And the crazy part, you may not even know why you're doing this. It's like some invisible force is guiding you to become the best version of yourself. That's your twin flame connection at work, even if you don't realize it yet. Your soul knows that in order to meet your twin flame, you need to be aligned with your highest self. So, here's the deep question: are you ready to face the parts of yourself that you've been avoiding?
Click subscribe to this channel to get more profound spiritual lesson.
The second sign is synchronicity. Now, I know you've probably heard this term before, but let me explain exactly how it plays into the twin flame journey. Synchronicities are those little coincidences that aren't really coincidences at all. It could be anything from seeing repeating numbers like 1111 or 222, to hearing a song that reminds you of someone you've never even met, to encountering people or situations that seem to be guiding you towards something bigger. When your twin flame is finding you, these synchronicities start to show up more and more frequently. It's the universe's way of nudging you, saying, "Pay attention. Something important is happening." So, the next time you notice a synchronicity, don't brush it off. Ask yourself, what is the universe trying to tell me? The third sign is a profound sense of inner knowing. This one is tricky because it's not something you can easily explain or put into words. It's more of a feeling, a deep, intuitive sense that someone out there is thinking of you, someone you've never met but feel connected to. You might even have dreams about them, or feel their presence in moments of stillness. It's like you can sense their energy, even though they're not physically with you. This is one of the most powerful signs that your twin flame is finding you. It's as if your souls are already communicating on another level, preparing for the moment when you finally meet in the physical world. And here's the thing, this inner knowing isn't something you can force. It just happens. So, here's a deep question for you. Are you listening to your intuition, or are you brushing it aside because it doesn't fit into your logical mind? Now, the fourth sign is something that can be both exciting and challenging. It's a sudden shift in your relationships. When your twin flame is close to manifesting in your life, you might notice that your existing relationships start to change. This could mean that certain friendships or romantic relationships fall away, or that you suddenly feel disconnected from people who used to be important to you. And while this can feel uncomfortable, it's actually a sign that you're making space for your twin flame. The universe is clearing out anything that's not in alignment with your highest purpose, so that when your twin flame arrives, there's no baggage or distractions getting in the way. But here's the tough question: are you willing to let go of relationships that no longer serve your highest good, even if it's painful? The fifth and final sign that your twin flame is finding you is that you start to feel an overwhelming sense of peace and calm, even in the midst of chaos. Now, this one might catch you by surprise, because the twin flame journey is often intense and emotional. But as you get closer to meeting your twin flame, there's a shift in your energy. You start to trust the process. You stop worrying about when or how they'll show up, because deep down, you know it's going to happen. It's like the universe has given you a glimpse of what's coming, and now you're able to relax and let go. This sense of peace is one of the strongest signs that your twin flame is on their way. So ask yourself, are you holding on to fear and doubt? Or are you trusting that the universe has a plan for you that's already in motion? These 5 signs are your roadmap, your guide to knowing when your twin flame is finding you. But here's the thing, it's not just about seeing the signs, it's about acting on them. When you start to notice these signs in your life, it's the universe's way of saying, get ready. Something big is about to happen, so are you ready? Are you willing to trust the process, to do the inner work, to listen to the signs, and to open yourself up to the most transformative connection of your life? Now that we've explored the signs that your twin flame is finding you, let's dive into something that is arguably even more important: surrender. I know the idea of surrender can feel counterintuitive. We're conditioned to believe that if we just try hard enough, work hard enough, or even think hard enough, we can manifest anything we want. And while there's a certain truth to the power of intention, the twin flame journey operates on a different frequency. It's not about forcing things to happen, it's about allowing them to unfold. There's a deep wisdom in surrender, and it's one of the most powerful keys to finally meeting your twin flame. Here's the thing about surrender: it doesn't mean giving up. A lot of people confuse surrender with passivity, with throwing up their hands and saying, well, I guess that's it. Whatever happens, happens. But that's not what surrender is. True surrender is an act of trust. It's about letting go of your need to control the outcome and trusting that the universe is working behind the scenes, aligning everything in perfect order. It's about having faith that your twin flame will come into your life at exactly the right time, in exactly the right way, even if it doesn't happen the way you expected. Think of it this way: imagine you're in a river trying to swim upstream. No matter how strong or determined you are, swimming against the current is exhausting. You might make a little progress, but it's a struggle every step of the way. Now, imagine what would happen if you just let go, if you allowed the current to carry you. That's what surrender feels like. It's about flowing with the energy of the universe rather than fighting against it. And when you do that, you'll be amazed at how things start to fall into place effortlessly. So, the deep question here is, are you still trying to swim against the current in your twin flame journey? Are you holding on too tightly, trying to force things to happen on your timeline instead of trusting in divine timing? Surrendering to the process means letting go of your attachment to how and when your twin flame will show up. This is huge, because here's the truth: the more you obsess over when it's going to happen, the more you're actually pushing it away. Why? Because attachment is rooted in fear. It's the fear that maybe it won't happen, or that you're not worthy of it, or that you'll miss your chance. And fear is a low vibrational energy. When you're vibrating at the frequency of fear, you're not in alignment with the high vibrational energy of your twin flame, who is, remember, your mirror. They are a reflection of your energy. So if you're stuck in fear, doubt, and attachment, you're not in the right energetic space to attract them. This is why surrender is so powerful. When you let go of your attachment to the outcome, you shift out of fear and into a state of trust, of faith. And that's where the magic happens. When you trust that the universe is working in your favor, when you trust that your twin flame is on their way, you raise your vibration to the level of love, peace, and alignment. And that's when your twin flame can finally find their way to you. Here's another deep question to sit with. What would it feel like to fully trust the universe? To trust that everything is happening exactly as it should, and that you don't need to control or manipulate the process. Now, I know what you might be thinking, but what if I miss the opportunity? What if my twin flame is out there and I'm not doing enough to make it happen? Let me tell you something incredibly important. You cannot miss what is meant for you. The universe doesn't make mistakes. If your twin flame is meant to be in your life, and they are, they will find you. But they'll find you when you're ready, when both of you are ready. This doesn't mean you sit around doing nothing. Surrendering is an active, intentional process. It means continuing to do your inner work, continuing to heal, to grow, and to expand. But it also means releasing your grip on the outcome. It means letting go of the need to know when it will happen and trusting that it will happen in perfect timing. So, how do we actually practice surrender? It starts with mindfulness, becoming aware of the moments when you're gripping too tightly, when you're trying to control the process. When you notice yourself obsessing over when or how you'll meet your twin flame, take a deep breath and gently remind yourself to let go. Trust that you're exactly where you need to be. Trust that your twin flame is on their way to you, even if you can't see it yet. Finally, surrender is about gratitude. Instead of focusing on what you don't have yet, focus on what you do have. Be grateful for the growth, the lessons, and the journey itself. The twin flame journey is not just about the destination, it's about the transformation that happens along the way. And when you can find peace and gratitude in the journey, that's when you're truly aligned with your twin flame. So, let me leave you with this question. Can you trust the process enough to let go of control and allow the universe to bring your twin flame to you in perfect timing? Now, let's dive into one of the most profound aspects of the twin flame journey, the mirror effect. If you take away anything from this video, let it be this: your twin flame is your mirror. What does that mean? It means that your twin flame will reflect back to you the state of your own energy, your own inner world. In other words, the journey to meeting your twin flame isn't just about finding them, it's about finding yourself. And here's the truth that might shake you a little. The more you align with your own truth, the more you heal, the more you grow, the more you step into your authentic self, the closer you bring your twin flame to you. So, let's really break this down. The reason twin flames are so powerful is that they are a direct reflection of your energy. If you're in a place of fear, doubt, or insecurity, guess what? Your twin flame is likely mirroring those same things. If you're feeling stuck, unworthy, or unclear about your purpose, your twin flame is probably experiencing similar struggles. This is why the twin flame journey can feel so intense and sometimes frustrating, because it forces you to look at parts of yourself that you'd rather ignore. But here's the beauty in this: every time you heal a wound, every time you raise your vibration, every time you step into your power, you are also helping your twin flame do the same. Now, I know what you might be thinking, but I haven't even met my twin flame yet, so how can they be mirroring me? Here's where it gets even deeper. Your twin flame is energetically connected to you at all times, whether you've met in the physical world or not. This connection exists on a soul level, beyond time and space. So, even if you haven't crossed paths yet, your energy is still impacting them, just as their energy is impacting you. This is why it's so important to focus on your own inner work. That the more you align with your true self, the more you invite your twin flame into that same alignment. Here's a deep question for you. What is your twin flame mirroring back to you right now? If you haven't met them yet, what could they be reflecting in your current life? Are there patterns in your relationships, your emotions, or your thoughts that keep coming up? These recurring themes are clues to what you need to heal within yourself. And as you heal, you'll notice shifts in the energy around you. Synchronicities will increase, relationships will change, and you might even start to feel your twin flame's presence more strongly. Now, here's where things get really interesting. The more you work on yourself, the more you'll notice that your twin flame seems to be on a parallel journey. Maybe you start seeing signs that they, too, are going through a transformation. Perhaps they're making big changes in their life, healing old wounds, or stepping into a new level of awareness. And even if you haven't met them yet, you'll feel it. It's almost as if you're walking the same path, just on opposite sides of the road, destined to meet when the time is right. But here's the kicker: you won't meet your twin flame until you're both ready. This is why the mirror effect is so powerful. If you want to attract your twin flame into your life, you need to make sure that the energy you're putting out is aligned with the love, wholeness, and authenticity you want to experience with them. So, ask yourself, are you living in alignment with your highest self? The twin flame journey is not just about finding someone who mirrors your light, it's also about confronting your shadows. This is why twin flame connections can feel so intense. They will reflect back to you not only your beauty and strength, but also the parts of yourself that need healing. And that's where the real work begins. But here's the good news: every time you do the work, every time you heal, you bring yourself one step closer to meeting your twin flame and experiencing that powerful, transformative love. All right, we've come to the part that brings everything together, preparing for the arrival of your twin flame. This is where the journey gets real. You've seen the signs, you've worked on surrendering, and you've started to understand the mirror effect. But now, you need to focus on the final step, bringing yourself into full alignment so that when your twin flame appears, you're ready to meet them from a place of wholeness, not need. Let's get one thing clear right away: the twin flame connection is not about two incomplete people coming together to make each other whole. It's about two complete individuals who have done the inner work, joining forces to create something even greater. So, if you're still waiting for someone to fill a void in your life, you're not in the right energy to attract your twin flame. This journey is about self-actualization, becoming the highest version of yourself, and in doing so, naturally aligning with the frequency of your twin flame. So, how do you prepare for this? The first step is to focus on self-love. Real, deep, unconditional self-love. You've probably heard this a million times, but let me ask you, are you really practicing self-love, or are you just going through the motions? It's easy to say you love yourself, but true self-love goes beyond pampering or positive affirmations. It's about embracing every part of yourself: the good, the bad, the messy, the beautiful. It's about knowing your worth so deeply that you don't need someone else to validate you. When you reach that point, you're vibrating at the same frequency as your twin flame, who is also on their own journey of self-love and growth. Next, it's essential to clear out any lingering emotional baggage. Think of it like this: you wouldn't invite someone important into a cluttered, chaotic home, right? The same goes for your energy. If you're still holding on to past hurts, resentments, or fears, you're not creating the space for your twin flame to enter your life. The universe will not bring you into union until you've cleared out the old energy that no longer serves you. So, take some time to reflect. What emotional baggage are you still carrying around? Are you willing to let it go to make space for something greater? Another critical part of preparing for your twin flame's arrival is aligning with your life's purpose. Twin flames often come together to serve a higher mission, something that transcends the individual and benefits the collective. So, ask yourself, are you living in alignment with your soul's purpose? This doesn't necessarily mean you need to have everything figured out, but it does mean that you should be moving toward something that feels deeply meaningful to you. When you're on your path, living authentically and purposefully, you become magnetic to your twin flame, who is likely on a similar journey. Finally, let's talk about trust. We've touched on surrender before, but it's worth repeating. You need to trust the process. The universe is always working in your favor, even when it feels like nothing is happening. Often, the final alignment happens not when you're desperately searching for your twin flame, but when you've let go of the need to control the outcome. It's in those moments of peace, when you're fully immersed in your own life, your own growth, and your own joy, that your twin flame will appear. So here's a deep question to reflect on. Are you living your life in a way that would attract the kind of love you desire? Because remember, your twin flame is your mirror. When you're aligned with your highest self, your twin flame can't help but be drawn to you. It's not about chasing them or waiting for them. It's about becoming the version of yourself that is ready for that kind of powerful connection. In the end, preparing for your twin flame's arrival isn't about fixing yourself or becoming perfect. It's about becoming whole, embracing who you truly are, and stepping fully into your power. When you do that, the universe will conspire to bring you and your twin flame together at the perfect time, in the perfect way. Trust that it's already happening, even if you can't see it yet. Keep doing the inner work, keep aligning with your highest self, and know that your twin flame is on their own journey, preparing to meet you in divine timing. And when that moment comes, it will be worth every step you've taken on this path.